And welcome in. We are along with Mr. Bill Drake, and Bill's here to talk about the 2019 SemoCon in Poplar Bluff coming up in very short time. And Mr. Bill, welcome back, and it's here once again.
Thank you. Good to be back here.
Sure.
Last year we had some great coverage from you guys, and it really helped out. I had a lot of feedback from folks that would come, that came to the con, and I appreciate you having me back.
Sure. And last year was the first SemoCon over in Poplar Bluff at the Black River Coliseum, and it's geared up once again, same location and pretty much the same week this year. So tell us about SemoCon and everything involved.
Sure. Well, actually, not to correct you since you're in charge here. This is our third year.
Third year. Oh,
this
well,
is our third year.
Yeah.
We started 2 years ago, and at the Black River Coliseum. The Coliseum folks actually came to me and said, "Mr. Bill, we've never had a Comic-Con here. Would you organize and run one?" So I said, "Oh, I'm going to have to think about this a while." Yes. It took me that long because that's my love. I love the hobby, and I've been a comic collector all my life. So that was in January when they approached me at their indoor yard sale. And since I sold probably $2,000 worth of comic books and toys at their indoor yard sale, and it was crazy. It was a feeding frenzy. So when they approached me to have a Comic-Con from January, first thing we did was decide when we were going to have it.
Yeah.
I wanted after summer was over, after school started back, so we looked at September. And we found a weekend in the middle of September, and that was 2 years ago. We're on our third year now, and we had to come up with a name. So I thought, what should we name this? And we came up with some stupid names, some crazy names, some goofy names. Because you get online, you can find a Comic-Con everywhere.
You can get creative.
So came up with SeMo, Southeast Missouri.
Yeah.
First thing I did is I got permission from, not that I needed permission, but it's out of respect for Cape Con. They've been in business almost 20 years. So I called the organizers there, and they said, yeah, they go for it. We got their blessings. So we named it SeMo. And we're far enough out date-wise. We're almost 6 months apart.
Yeah.
So in September, it's worked out really well.
Good
So
deal.
here we are again, looking at our third year.
Sure. And looking forward to it coming up pretty soon, September 13th through the 15th. I have that right?
That's right. In our case, being that it's a fantasy and anime and gaming and everything sci-fi, Friday the 13th is not a bad day to start.
Right.
I actually look at it as a good omen and
Sure.
not a bad.
Sure. And what can people expect if they haven't went the last 2 years? What can they expect when they come to the Black River Coliseum and on the
Sure.
13th to the 15th?
You know, in this day and time, almost if you don't know what happens at a comic book convention or an anime con or a gaming con, then you've been living under a rock. You have been watching YHC because we had great coverage last year. But I wore my Spider-Man Future Foundation shirt, and Bob Hamby, one of our guests that's going to be there, he's an airbrush artist and a caricature artist. He designed my cap. He made this for me on site. And one of the most fun things we've got is the cosplay. People come in dressed up, and from everywhere from Vampirella to Mickey Mouse, and everywhere in between. People will be dressed up. We'll probably have 200 to 300 people in costume.
Wow.
And it worked out really well. The Southeast Missouri Cosplay Association that meets in Poplar Bluff, they contacted me and said, hey, can we join forces and have our annual meeting with you in conjunction with the con? And that was a great idea. And so the cosplay is one thing that you can look forward to. Vendors of all kinds, from pure comic book vendors to gaming vendors, jewelry. I should have brought a list with me, but we've got the Coliseum completely full, and anything you want, you can pretty much find. That's fantasy, sci-fi related. We've got Doctor Who items. We've got Ninja Turtle items. We've got it's a wide range of vendors and people that are going to be there.
Sure.
In addition to that, on the main vendor floor there in the Coliseum, we've got a video game room. that is brand new this year. We've got a company coming in, and they'll be setting up all their computer systems and video arcade where they can play their favorite online games. And then we've got another room that's dedicated to just your classic pinball arcade. You bring a pocket of quarters, and you plug the machines, and you play your classic pinball for a quarter. We have, which was one of the biggest successes last year, we got coming back, the La Parfait Maid and Butler Cafe. We've got a room set aside with fancy little tables with tablecloths and these girls and guys dressed in anime costumes. And the girls are just as cute as they can be. They'll come dressed in these little maid outfits, and they'll come up, take your order, and light food and tea, and then they'll go prepare it for you. Then they come serve, and they do a little song and dance routine, and it's called the La Parfait Maid and Butler Cafe. That was a major success. They're out of Indianapolis, and they're coming back again for us this year. Then we got the main gaming room that's hosted by Q's Comics right here in Dexter. Mm-hmm. Travis comes over, and he sets that up and runs the gaming room for us. And that's live action gaming, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and if I pronounce that right, probably not.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's not my thing.
I've been around Travis enough to know that.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And then Valkyrie Gaming in Poplar Bluff will also be set up there. They're doing the tabletop games, Warhammer, and things like that. So listen, if you hear this, if you're watching this, and you love gaming, man, come on out, because you can play. You can get. It's not limited to they bring their club or this club or that group or this group. Anyone that comes in can play.
Great.
And my vision with the gaming is to someday have see, we're in the football season now, and I'm an ex-basketball coach. Have different cities bring their own gaming team and have a tournament where one team from a city plays the others. And for Dexter's to play Cape Girardeau's, or to play Jackson, or to play Poplar Bluff. Jonesboro, Arkansas is bringing a team. Parago's bringing a group. And I vision having a tournament type. And you walk out of there with a trophy, a traveling trophy that moves from city to city as teams win.
Yeah.
As this gaming is big time, and it can get really, really intense. But out on the vendor floor, it gets intense as well. And if you're a comic book collector, if you're a gamer, if you like costuming, man, it's gonna be fun. And our third year has been bigger and better than ever.
Good. And there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot going on, as you saw there. There's going to be more features. So you kind of hit a little bit of everything to where people with multiple interests, a wide array of interests, can come and enjoy the day.
One thing I didn't touch on is, and you're seeing it on this video, are the guest stars that are coming in. We've got John Anderson coming in. He's a Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what MCU stands for. And he's been in Spider-Man Homecoming. He's been in Avengers Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame. He was a star in Stranger Things. So if you watch any of those shows, John will be there. He'll be autographing and doing panel discussions. And then we got Tiffany Grant. Tiffany is an anime voice actor. And she's been doing this for over 30 years. So if you're into anime, if you're into any kind of that animation stuff, then you'll know her name and you know her voice. I don't. But I do know that there are thousands, literally thousands of people that are listening and watching this that do. And then we got Rick Burchett. Rick is on the far right there. He is the creator, one of the creators of Harley Quinn, and was a DC and Marvel artist and inker and still is for many, many years. Rick lives in St. Louis, so it's an easy drive for him to come to Poplar Bluff and be part of our con. Matthew Atchley, there on the left, he is an actor and an artist himself, and has his hand in many different projects. And you can look these guys up on YouTube, on Google, and you can find their work. find their websites. Come prepared to get autographs and have interviews, because these are all friendly folks. SemoCon is a family-oriented event. There's not going to be anything vulgar, nothing nasty, nothing that you're going to have to take grandma and keep her in the car. I want everyone to come out and have a good time and be comfortable with what they're doing.
Sure. And great for kids to come on out from all over the region. A great opportunity to bring the kids out for a great time, all in one location there at the Black River Coliseum. And
Yes.
if you say you're filling it up, that means there's going to be a whole lot of stuff on hand to enjoy.
You're really good at these segues, because you mentioned the schools. I just mailed package to 43 different schools, from Corning, Arkansas to Greenville to Clearwater to West Plains to Sykeston, and every school in between. Last year I visited some of the schools personally, in fact most of them. This is a little bit more efficient, sending out these flyers. If you come as a school, listen, go tell your administration. We need to go to SemoCon. It's a great field trip. It fulfills many of the frameworks that our teachers have to follow. It's because of Comic-Con, the gaming, the comic books, it's basically two things. Literature and art. And communication skills. It's really an awesome opportunity for these kids. So if you come as a school field trip, everybody gets in free, totally free. I'm an ex-teacher, 35-year career teacher. So, and I know the educational value of this Comic-Con. If you don't come as a school field trip, if kids come on their own from any of these schools, you simply show your school ID and you get in half price. And then come on in and participate in all of the activities. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now Friday we're starting a little bit later. We start at 12 noon for VIPs, 1 o'clock for the general public, but we go till 8 o'clock at night. And then the gaming runs till 10 p.m. These gamers stay up all night playing. And then Saturday again we open at 10 and run till 8, and then Sunday 10 till 4. So man, it's a weekend full. And you see the flyer that we've got here on the video. Contact through our website and through Facebook, and there are family packages and VIP packages, and we can custom fit. I had someone call me yesterday, contact me yesterday, Mr. Bill, all I can be is there for Sunday, and only that afternoon. So I'm going to be there from noon to 4. What can you do for me? Well, normally it's $10 for one day. That's not fair to come in just for 4 hours and pay full price. So I work with them. So I work with anybody. I want people to come out to this. It's a great event, and otherwise you're going to have to drive all the way to St. Louis or to Memphis or to Little Rock to get something of this caliber and quality with educational value.
Sure. That's the thing with the Comic-Cons. When you think of Comic-Cons, you look at it online or YouTube or whatever. These are in the cities. They're big. They're big convention centers,
Right.
and big crowds, and they bring in a lot of guests. But that's what it takes is traffic and a big crowd to make those conventions what they are. But being able to bring that to our area, I know Kate does great job with theirs up there for many years. But
Yeah, thank
bringing
you
it,
for reminding them about them.
yeah,
Sure.
and bringing opposite the calendar here in our area, about 6 months apart, as you said, over in Poplar Bluff, so that reaches more of the kids and the people here in the Boot Heel. So it's a great opportunity to experience a Comic-Con here locally, and so bringing in some of these special guests and meeting with them and having all the fun features that are involved. It's great to actually bring that experience here to the rural area here in the Boot Heel for everyone.
And we've made a special effort to try to keep the price point where everyone can handle it. I've been to some shows where it's $50 just to get in the door.
Yeah.
And then when you get in the door, you don't have any money left to spend and have fun with.
Yeah.
And we want to try to keep it where it's family friendly and everyone can do this and not bust the budget.
Sure, of course. So, big days ahead over at the Black River Coliseum at Poplar Bluff, September 13th through the 15th.
That's right.
Go to the Facebook page on Facebook. Just search SemoCon. Easy to find. Go to their page, and they'll be able to show you what else is going on that we didn't touch on here. and with the guests that are coming, and different, and go more in detail about these vendors that are coming and what they're going to be able to offer. So a whole lot more is available there at the Facebook page on SemoCon on Facebook. Check it out there, and look forward to a great trip. And you school teachers out there, administrators, you know, Bill said it himself, field trips are free for the kids. So
That's
a
right.
great opportunity to make a field trip over to Poplar Bluff with a group of kids and experience it's a great opportunity with SemoCon in Poplar Bluff, the 13th through the 15th. So great opportunity there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anything else, Mr. Bill?
Oh.
You'd like to share? I know you'd like to go on and on.
I
but,
could talk. I could talk all day, and but we're excited. We're just a week and a half away, and come find me. Come find Mr. Bill personally at the con, and I'll have a special gift for you. Okay, you get that? If I get 1,000 people showing up saying, "Where's Mr. Bill? We're going to get that special gift," I will fulfill this promise. Thank you for having me.
Sure, Mr.
Thank
Bill, here along with us once again. And remember, SemoCon in Poplar Bluff, Black River Coliseum, September 13th to the 15th, Friday through Sunday. Come on out and have a good time. And Mr. Bill, appreciate you coming and sharing with our viewers once again.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.